This week on Machinery Pete TV, Pete is back at the Tim and Linda Stegbauer auction, and despite a cosmetic flaw, their 2007 John Deere 8330 brought in a strong price. We'll take a look at the oldest known John Deere D, and Pete visits with Kevin Wendt and finds out what's new at the Wendt Group.
Your machinery is a serious investment and at the heart of every farming operation. Some call it a passion. We're Machinery Pete TV, and today we'll cover everything from auction roundups to the classics to the latest trends and technology. Machinery Pete, the most trusted name in farm equipment.
Machinery Pete thanks these premier sponsors for their support.
Big Iron, rural America's premier online auction site for the sale of used farm equipment.
Hey folks, where I grew up in western Minnesota, you said the word chili. It was kind of bland. It was yummy, but I tell you, we're in southern Ohio. Cincinnati-style chili is in vogue down here. We're in Fayetteville, Ohio. Now that Cincinnati-style chili, you wouldn't think with spaghetti noodles and chocolate it's good, but I tell you got to try it. And we're going to have fun today. A beautiful farm auction for Tim and Linda Stegbauer, and they have a low-hour John Deere 8330, just over 1,600 hours on it. But first, we got to go back to the studio and get the latest farm equipment news.
All right, thanks, Pete. I'm Clinton Griffiths. Corn planting in the key growing areas of the country starting to fall behind. USDA reports 36% of the corn crop is now planted. Now that's 3% behind the 5-year average. The I states of Illinois, Indiana, and Iowa all running slightly behind, while Ohio and Pennsylvania made some big gains. One Ohio farmer telling us his fields were really wet coming into spring, but things have started to dry out over the last 2 weeks. Soybeans, they're now 25% planted. That's still 4% ahead of the 5-year average. Farmer sentiment took a big drop last month. That's according to the latest Ag Economy Barometer, the monthly survey of farmer sentiment by Purdue University and the CME Group, coming in with a reading of 99. That's down 15 points from March. Purdue says it was the weakest farmer sentiment reading since June of 2022 and the lowest current condition rating since May of 2020. Now, during this month's survey, farmers were asked again about leasing farmland for solar energy production. There was a noticeable uptick in the percentage of farmers who reported having a discussion with a company about it in the last 6 months. It now stands at 19%, which is up from 12% in March. Texas releasing a report on what officials say sparked the deadly wildfires there in the Texas Panhandle back in February. It says the largest of the fires, the Smokehouse Creek fire, was started by a decayed power pole that broke at ground level. That caused a power line on top of the pole to fall and come in contact with fine grassy fuels. The area at the time seeing high temperatures, low humidity, and severe winds. Now, by the time it was contained, more than 1 million acres had been lost. It says more than 15,000 head of cattle were killed. And that's it for news. Now let's look at some recent auction prices from around the country. Now back to our host, Machinery Pete.
Hey, stay tuned folks, coming up, what could be the hottest item on the whole auction. Owner Tim Stegbauer was getting tons of calls on this baby, a super sharp John Deere S670 combine. It's only got 562 SEP hours on it.
Big Iron and Sullivan Auctioneers, a Big Iron company, is your go-to destination for all your online auction needs. As North America's leading online equipment auction house, BigIron.com connects you with a national marketplace for buying and selling. Whether you're upgrading or downsizing, BigIron.com has you covered. Experience the ease of online auctions with the leading name in the industry. Visit BigIron.com today and start buying and selling with confidence.
Out here, sunrise only means one thing. It's go time. Go rake some hay. Go bale some hay. Go check on the herd. Go get the job done right with equipment built to do all the hard work and make it look easy. Morning, noon, and night. Kubota equipment. Built right, built ready.
Hey folks, Machinery Pete here. You've got to try this. The power of foam is the only way to clean and degrease your equipment. Simply foam it on, give the foam a few minutes to work, and power wash it off. Cuts grease and your wash time significantly. The foam won't harm electrical sensors or controls. It neutralizes and washes away farm chemicals and is safe to use on most surfaces. Call 888-996-7801 or go online to check out their dealer locator at poweroffoam.com to find the power of foam near you.
At LST Group, we are committed to providing exceptional service across all modes of transportation. If you're shipping machinery across the state or across the country, trust LST Group to handle it with precision and care. Our expanded network ensures your shipments will reach their destinations swiftly and securely. Discover the LST Group difference and experience the epitome of excellence in transportation services. To request a quote, call 844-622-6209.
Hey folks, I'm here with Tim and Linda Stegbauer, the owners, sellers here in Fayetteville, Ohio, and I understand, guys, your combine in particular, generating an inordinate number of inquiries. Can you tell us what's been happening?
Yes, of course, when it started coming out in the ads and magazines, my phone started ringing. Got a lot of calls on the combine, a lot of calls on the 8000 series tractors.
Right.
But yet, everybody's commenting how low the hours are, how clean it is, and how good a shape it's in, and it's generated a lot of interest.
And your S670, again, what years? Is it a 15?
It's a 14, I think it's a 14 or a 15.
And hours on it again are low. What?
1074 engine and 550 separator.
Wow. And had you picked this up just a few years ago, or just had?
No, interesting story behind it, but it had 97 hours on it when I bought it.
Okay.
So it was a very low use. Yes.
And you bought that also from the salesman that you deal with, Randy?
Yes, correct.
With Koenig? Okay.
Yes.
Linda,
yes.
What was your favorite? You have a beautiful line to choose from here. You could choose the B or the H. Now, which was your favorite tractor?
Well, I drove the 8330. That was my grain cart tractor, and that was my job, was pulling the grain cart. So we're friends. She's a good little tractor.
Nice. And you said grain cart. Now I get teased a lot. Grain cart, auger cart, whatever. Here in this part of Ohio, is that what most people, your guys say, grain cart?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Dinner, supper, soda. Pop. We run into a lot of interesting conversations, but no, your guys' equipment again is just dazzling. Well, folks, if we talk trends in the used combine market, there are a couple things going on right now. The major driver is just the raw number sold at auction has just shot skyward. So not surprisingly, the average auction price last year on a John Deere S670 fell pretty hard, down 23.9% to just under $100,900. But the very nicest ones, the demand is still high, and boy, we got a beauty today. Only 562 SEP hours on this thing.
And now 110. You look at mama, look at 10, you look at 100, 10, 20. You look at 20 now 30. You look at 30 now 40. You look at 50. You look at 50. You look at 150, 60. You look at 160, 70. You look at mama, look at 70. You look at 170,000. And now 80. You look at 80 now 90. You look at 90. You look at $190,000. You look at 190. You look at 190 now 2. You look at $200,000. You look at 200. You look at 200. You look at $200,000. You look at 195, now 200. You look at TV, look at $200,000 on 80, look at 2 to buy. You look at TV, look at 2, now 5. You look at 205. You look at 5 of them, 5 of them, look at 5 of them, look at 205,000. You look at 5 of them, 5 of them, look at 5 of them, look at 205. You look at 5 of them, 5 of them, look at 5 of them, look at 205,000. You look at 5 of them, 5 of them, look at 5 of them, look at 205. You look at 5 of them, 5 of them, look at 5 of them. Boys, we don't want to miss your bid, but what a combine. You look at 205. You look at 2, look at 5 of them, 5 of them, look at 5 of them, look at 205,000. You look at 5 of them, 5 of them, look at 5 of them, yes or no, I'm gonna go. You look at 5 of them, 5 of them, look at 5 of them, look at 205. Everybody else, 205, 205 to bid on them, and Sold $200,000. Porter 200. 65. Bidder number 65. Thank you, bidder number 65.
Well, folks, the last 14 months, I've seen 32 J&M 875 grain carts sold at auction. Average price $22,478. We've got a really nice one here today.
Hey, look at 25, 25, 25, 23, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You look at 7, you look at 27, you're out online. You look at 7, you look at 27,000. You look at 7, you look at 7, you look at John, now 8. You look at 28, John. You look at 7, now 8. You look at 7, look at 50, you look at $28,000, John. You look at 50, you look at 27,500. I'll do that. You look at 27,500. You look at 5, 27. 5, you look at that. And you look at 5, 27, 5, what you say, John? You look at 27, 5, you look at it all, everybody else, 27, 5, 27, 5, you know, I'm gonna die. So $27,000. Internet is the winner. 5083.
Here are a few more items that sold on today's sale.
You look at 82.5. You look at 5, everybody else. You look at 82.5 to bid on them and die. Sold $82,000. Internet bidder $56,000. You look at 5, look at 7, look at $56,000. You wave it at I'm at 55. Look at 7, look at $56,000. Look at say everybody else $56,000. $56,000 on them and die. Sold $55,000. Out of line. You look at $20,000. Yes or no? $20,000 on them and die. $20,000 you made it. And now $20,000 on them and die. Sold $19,750. Look at $11,000 Sean Amy to buy. Look at that video. Everybody else $11,000. $11,000 Sean Amy to buy. Now 2.5. You look at David to buy. He said no. Sold him to you. $11,000. $11,000. You're all in line. You're all in line. You look at 5. Look at 28.5. Everybody else 28.5 to bid on them and die. Sold $28,000.
Best way I've seen to fix faded paint? Dakota Shine. Made in South Dakota by Dakota Ag Innovations, a company with a 20-year history of working with top construction equipment manufacturers, now offering Dakota Shine to the farm community to help you keep your equipment looking like new and retain more value when it comes time to sell or trade. Key active ingredient from corn, soy derivatives. Order online at dakotashine.com or visit your regional farm stores to pick up your Dakota Shine today. What's that piece of equipment worth? Check out Machinery Pete's auction prices for the answer. Free to view, updated daily, all types of equipment. Go to machinerypete.com and click on the auction tab, then auction price data.
Hey folks, it'll always make me smile when I get a chance to come and hang out with my friend Kevin Wendt here with the Wendt Group. Kevin, beautiful sale. We got a great line of equipment here. You guys have had quite a run of sales here, end of 23, 23, 24.
Yeah, it's been awesome, Pete. And obviously we wish they were all as good as the lineup we've got here. We're pretty excited about it and looking forward to seeing what happens here with the auction. You know, whenever you have low-hour equipment and the right color and the right kind of interest, and I think it's going to be outstanding.
I think we should get be an active crowd and online too. Now, of course, you guys, Kevin, with the Wendt Group, very dynamic online auctions, also doing the physical auctions. How have you guys navigated forward in the last 4 years in this environment?
You know, it's one of the things, and I think you've seen this with a lot of other companies too, one of the benefits that we had is we had been doing online only auctions in the livestock world prior to COVID. Then COVID hit and it's like, okay, what are we going to do? And so for us it was pretty simple, just flip a switch and you know, we're selling equipment instead of pigs or cattle. And so.
And your livestock online, we did a podcast a number of years ago about that, but showpig.com?
Yes, yeah, showpig.com, yes.
It goes back how many years?
Actually, this will be in March, this will be our 20th year of doing online only auctions for livestock. Yeah.
So you were way, way ahead of the game on that one.
I think got lucky, maybe, you know, but some hard work.
That's a good Midwestern way of deflecting. No, but hats off to what you built, Kevin. And I thank you for sending me all the clips from the cab when you guys have physical sales. Now, one recently that made me smile.
Yes.
You were selling a 2255 Oliver.
Yes.
And a young guy started bidding, and you sent me a note and said, Pete, This guy's 15 years old. That had to be fun to watch.
Yeah, that was cool. You know, we had a huge crowd that day, and we had a lot of different antique tractors of different vintage. We had Case, we had Oliver, John Deere, you know, and a variety pack. But young man was just, you know, bidding away, and no parent around him, anything else. You could tell, you know, you got to be a farm kid in FFA.
Yep.
And so right before I said sold, I asked him, you know, how old are you? And 15. And then the
15.
crowd just kind of cheered. And you know, because the antique tractor market, as you know, those guys aren't getting any younger.
Right.
You know, we got to get some new blood and some energy in there.
Exciting to see young kids interested in a muscle tractor like that, so to speak.
Yeah.
Hey folks, a really special Tractor Tales for you this week. We're going to check out the oldest known existing John Deere D. It was the fourth one built, and it's owned by the Reed family from Shawnee, Kansas. Okay folks, it's time to learn about the oldest known John Deere D tractor. And I'm here with Justin Reed. Justin, you're from Shawnee, Kansas?
Yes.
And this is your father, Kenny?
Yes, this is my dad's tractor. A good friend of his had told him about this and convinced him that he needed to go bid on it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Justin. The story is the first two Ds were kind of scrapped in production?
Yes, according to the notes and archive, the serial number, you know, ending in 1 and serial number ending in 2 were both scrapped due to casting issues. Number 3 is unknown, and this is number 4 built.
Almost 100 years old now.
Exactly. It will be soon.
When this thing was built, I understand it headed up into North Dakota?
Yes. So these went to Minot. A lot of them were shipped to Minot, North Dakota. The 23D was hand built, and there were 50 of them built. The first 50 have a lot of unique features, what we call the ladder radiator with the slots in the sides of the radiator, hand-built front axle. It's not a casting like the later ones.
So now here again, the oldest known D to exist. What do people, time you guys have owned this, what do people say when they see it or get up close to it, this piece of John Deere history?
They're just fascinated that it's still here with us, you know, that it's survived this many years and is very well intact.
Well folks, the wait is almost over here. Coming up, our feature item on the show today, a pre-def 07 John Deere 8330. It's only got 1,628 hours on it.
The only way I've seen to safely clean aluminum grain and stock trailers is Bright Plus Aluminum Cleaner from Dakota Ag Innovations. With over 15 years of proven performance cleaning all types of aluminum, the results speak for themselves. Dirty, stained, and discolored aluminum trailers don't stand a chance against Bright Plus Aluminum Cleaner. Safely improve the appearance of your aluminum trailers at home and make a statement with Bright Plus. Order today at trailercleaner.com or find Bright Plus Aluminum Cleaner at a farm store near you.
Got equipment to sell privately but tired of scams and hassles? Visit MachineryPete.com and click Sell Mine. MachineryPete.com, the simple and secure way to buy and sell equipment online.
Honestly, folks, when I looked at the Wendt Group's website, which they do a great job there with all the pictures on their upcoming auction, this is the tractor on this auction that really grabbed my attention. A pre-def 2007 John Deere 8330. It's only got 1,628 hours on it. And I could tell you that the 4 of the 5 highest auction prices ever have come just in the past 18 months. And if we talk top 5 auction prices to get into that range, it starts at $205,000.
Tim wants everybody to know there is a hairline crack right there on the side, right there above the tire. All right. I'm a dollar Sean, maybe to be the Bible, maybe the Bible, found, many $1 Sean, maybe to be the Bible, get 200,000. You look at TV, the Bible, get $200,000 Sean, maybe the Bible, get TV, the Bible, 100 and go. You look at money, the Bible, get 100, now 10, now 20, and now 30, 40, you look at 40, 50, you look at 50, 60, the Bible, get 160,000. You look at Mama, look at 70, the Bible, get 160, 70, you look at Mama, look at 70,000, now 80, you look at $180,000 Sean, maybe the Bible, now 90. You look at down, maybe the Bible, get down, maybe the Bible, get 190, 85, 190. You look at Mama, look at down, maybe the Bible, get 190,000. You look at Mama, look at 90, we're out, give 190. You look at down, maybe the Bible, get down, maybe the Bible, get 190, now 5. You look at 95, but about 191, 192. You look at 192, 193. You look at 3, now 4. You look at 194. You look at 4, we'll give you the Bible, 194. And now 195. You look at 95, but about 95, but about 195,000. You look at 194, 195. You look at 95, but about 5, but about 195. You look at 95. 95 of them, 5 of them, 5. Check right here, 195. You look at 95 of them, 5 of them, 5 of them, 195. You look at 95 of them, 5 of them, 5 of them, 195. And everybody else, you look at 195, 195, 195 to bid on them, and I sold 194,000. Headed to Melmore, Ohio. 195. 195.
Well, folks, strong bidding on the 2007 8330. 1,628 hours, comes in at $194,000. That is the 6th highest auction price I've ever seen on 8330, and it did have a little crack in the hood, but still, that buyer demand pretty strong.
Well, you know, folks, 10 years ago this spring, I remember a very famous auction up in Big Rapids, Michigan. It was on March 15th of 2014, and on that auction was this immaculate 1992 John Deere 4055 two-wheel drive tractor with one owner, only had 498 hours on it, and it's sold by Vander Koch Auction, and it sold for $63,750. And I posted our Machinery Pete YouTube video of it selling. And folks, I remember after that sale writing a blog, basically saying, geez, you know, I don't think this record will ever be broken. Well, a little over 2.5 years later, it went to a farm auction in St. Edward, Nebraska on December 19th of 2016, sold by my friend auctioneer John Temmie. Here's a picture of the 4055 that sold that day, an 89 model two-wheel drive, only had 215 one-owner hours on it, and that sold for $93,000. And pretty much same deal, folks. We posted the Machinery Pete YouTube video of it selling. People chattered about it, and again, the feeling was that record price will never be touched. Well, I think you know where I'm going on this. Last Monday, April 29th, 2024, on the retirement auction for R&M Motors in Berlin, Wisconsin by Wilkinson Auction Realty, this John Deere time machine was on the auction. It was a 92 4055. It was a mechanical front, but it only had 22 actual hours on this thing. We knew it was going to sell high, but folks, I mean, are you sitting down? It sold for $275,000, almost exactly triple that previous record price of $93,000 from over 7.5 years ago. And that, folks, this just isn't a dramatic example of the increasing interest in these super nice condition tractors from the 80s and 90s.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us on Machinery Pete TV here from Fayetteville, Ohio. And I just got to tell you, I mean, I love online auctions. They're great fun. But to be at a farm auction with a huge crowd like this, Tim and Linda Stegbauer's retirement auction today by the Wind Group, so much fun to be here. And fun to watch that combine sell, that S670 for $200K. We'll see you back here next week on Machinery Pete TV.
Machinery Pete thanks these premier sponsors for their support. Big Iron, rural America's premier online auction site for the sale of used farm equipment.